Hi everyone, I went to an estate sale with a fill-a-bag special. I can't wait to show you what I put in my bag. So I went to an estate sale over the weekend. I went on a Sunday, and I know usually most people who are resellers or collectors like to be there on a Friday when the doors open, first day of the sale, get in there and get all the good stuff. And I agree, that is an excellent strategy. That is an excellent way to do things. I do things a little differently. I usually like to wait until the very last day and the very last end of the day of whatever day they're finishing up. So a lot of times I'm usually like the last person there, but you can usually find really good deals. And if it's an estate sale where there's a whole lot of items, you kind of know that there's still going to be some good stuff left. And that was the case with this one that I went to. You could tell from the preview pictures that they had online that there was a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking there's like a collector. There's still a lot of Goodwill stickers. So I don't know. I mean, she might have been a reseller. I don't know, but I know she was definitely a collector and definitely liked to go to the thrift stores, kind of like the rest of us. So online they had this note that said that the final day they're going to have a special, but they didn't say what kind of special. And I know a lot of times people will discount it really low, like 70% off, at the end. But this estate sale had a fill-a-bag. So if you aren't sure what that is, well, you get a bag and you fill it. So they had the bags there where you could get them, and they were like the big paper grocery bags. And you would just pick up a bag, go through, fill it up, and it was $10 a bag. So whatever you could fit in this bag, it was $10. So I was really excited. And I was a good girl. I only got 2 bags. I could have gotten a lot more, but no, I was a good girl. I got 2. So my only concern was a lot of the stuff that I get is breakables. And I was concerned about putting all of this stuff in a grocery bag and it clinging together and possibly breaking. So I thought, well, maybe I can take the stuff up there, put it in the bag, show the lady who's ringing up people that like this all does fit in the bag. It's good to go. So I thought, well, no, how am I going to carry all that stuff? I had started making a pile, but then I was afraid, people wouldn't, I didn't want to just be like, no, you can't touch that, that's mine. So my fellow was with me and happened to remember that we had a hand cart, like a wheelie cart. I know that's not a technical term, a wheelie cart, but that's what we're going to call it. It's going to, from here forward, it's going to be the wheelie cart. Okay. So here, remember that we had this wheelie cart out in the car, and it's not like, the kind that you use in the grocery store where you push. It's like the ones that you carry from your car to your house. Just like a little personal thing. But the neat thing was, and this is something to remember, that a paper grocery bag, one bag fits perfectly in this cart, which is great. It's kind of like, the universe was like, hey, grab this wheelie cart. You're going to need it someday. And sure as sugar, that's what happened. We needed it. So there it was. Okay, so onto the haul. I filled up one bag and put it in the wheelie cart. My fellow went up to the register. He checked out, took that one out to the car, came back with a wheelie cart. I did another bag, and I stopped there. I had to stop myself. There's still so much stuff. And when you see all that stuff, you just go, oh, I just want to take it all. Can I just take it all? I just want to take it all. But I don't have room for it all. So I had to pick and choose. So some of the things that I got might not necessarily be something that I would normally get, but I had space in the bag, and why not fill it, right? Okay. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the haul. So we'll start with this. This is a royal china plate. It's just a little decorative plate. It says Brotherhood of Operative Potters. And it does have some crazing on it, which I'm okay with, just because the design of it is really, it has like an old feel to it. So I don't mind crazing on things like this if it kind of has like an older look to it. So a lot of people will use these to decorate. They'll do like a wall mural kind of thing of different plates and baskets and things. So there's this. I can't really say like what each item cost, because I guess I can count up how many there are and then divide, the amount of items for what I paid for it. So I'll probably do that and then post it at the end about how much they were. And as I go through this, I'll put the prices of what I plan on listing it for, just to give you an idea. Some of the stuff I still have to research a little bit, but I can kind of give you a ballpark as to what I expect to get. This is a plate from Argentina, and it's hand signed by the artist, and it's a cowboy with a bowl. That's the back. And I like this because it is hand painted, and you can see, the brush strokes, and you can tell that it's hand painted. And I thought it would fit a lot of different design styles. Like if people are doing like a Western theme, it would fit. If someone is doing like a more rural, rustic kind of thing, it kind of would go. So I thought it was cute. So there's that. These are they're Greek pottery with the design on them. So you've got the Trojan, and this is my favorite one. I really, really like this one. And the backs are plain, but you can see where it's got the part where you can hang it up here. Oh, so what I'm showing you right now is the stuff that I got in one of the bags. So imagine all of the stuff that I'm showing you in one bag. And yes, I did. I'm really good at Jenga. I played a lot of Tetris when I was growing up, so that came in handy. So I'll probably just do the one bag and then do the second bag in another video, because I try not to make the videos too long, and that way it's not too big of a video. Okay, moving on. So this is just a plate. It's not a plate. It's not a plate. It's a bowl. This is a bowl that was made in Germany. And I like to get a lot of the serving pieces because they're a little bit more, they're harder to find, and you don't have to worry about having like a complete set of something, or if there's a piece missing. And a lot of times people, if they have a specific pattern or a style, they will kind of mix and match the serving pieces. Or if you just have like a white place setting, you can use the different serving pieces as to kind of like make it different. So you can do like one for spring, or you can do, you can just kind of mix and match. So I saw this one and I really liked the flowers on it. So that actually fit in the bag. Oh, you're actually going to be surprised, because there's a couple pieces over here where I thought the bag was gonna rip, but we were able to hang in there. So usually what I pick up is more vintage, antique, mid-century and back, or older. I usually don't do too many modern things or like 80s, 90s, 2000s because I just like the older vintage looks. But every now and then I'll come across something, and if it's something that, if it's collectible, if I can get it for a really good price, or in this case, you know, it's just filling up space in a bag that I'm already going to be paying for, so in my mind it's kind of free anyways, I'll go ahead and pick it up, especially if it's something that I know is collectible or that someone's looking for. And another thing that I do, especially with eBay, is I look up and see if people are selling them kind of what they're going for. So that's number one. And then number two, I'll check the solds. Always, always, always go based on the solds. It doesn't matter how much someone is listing something for. What matters is what someone's willing to buy it for. So I'll look at the solds and see what they're selling. And then third, I check to see how many of them are listed. Because, you know, if there's like a bunch of listings and then I throw up the same thing, you know, what's the chances that someone's going to pick mine unless I go really, really low, and then I have to check and see if I'm even going to make a profit. So if I see that it's selling well, but there's not a lot on there, then that kind of shows me that there's a demand for it. So I guess it kind of goes back to the whole supply and demand aspect of it. So that's kind of how I decide whether or not I pick up something a lot of times. Other times it's just a matter of like if it's really, really unique, or quite honestly, sometimes it's just something I like. Or if I get something for free, you know, I'll pick it up and put it on, because then there's no cost of goods. It's just what I'm going to get from it. So that's the case with these. that was a long introduction. But these I thought were really neat, and it kind of goes with a lot of different design styles. So this is Oneida, and it's the French chocolate collection. And they have different fruits. So there's apple and pear, orange, cherry, strawberry, and banana. I don't know if you can see the sticker, but they were asking $10 for 6 of them. So I feel like I just did Sesame Street and taught you all of your fruits. So there won't be a quiz, but I hope you know your fruits. So anyway, so I thought that they're small, so they'll be easy to ship. They're something that can kind of be incorporated with other design styles. So I went ahead and picked those up, even though they're a little bit newer than what I would usually get. Okay, this is Royal Sealy, and it's just a little sugar with a lid. And I really liked the wildflowers on it. I thought they were kind of a unique style. And here's the okay. Now here's where it gets funny. Okay, I fit this big divided platter into a grocery bag, along with all this other stuff, keep in mind. So this kind of like went down into the side, and everything else kind of stacked around it. But I got it in there. So this is made in Portugal. It's kind of a Majolica style, but it's the white cabbage with the strawberries. I can't remember who made this. Oh, it is J. Wilfred. There's the And the cabbage patterns are really popular, especially the green, but the white seems to do pretty well. I did have a minute to kind of research this a little bit. The white seems to be pretty popular, and I had a hard time finding one just like this with the strawberries on it, so I'll do a little bit more research, and if I can't find something that's exact to it, then I'll just kind of do like a comparison thing and try and get as close to it as possible. And sometimes if I can't find something, like if it's a really unique piece, I'll just let people decide what they're willing to pay and put it at auction, and then just let it go from there and see how it does. So that's kind of how I gauge things that are a little bit more unique. Okay, if you hear barking, I don't know if it's going to come through, but if you hear barking, it's because they're working on the street outside in our cul-de-sac, and the dogs think that something bad's going to happen, so they're barking, and I apologize, but I have 2 dogs, and they think it's their job. They don't have a lot to do during the day, so they bark. That's their job. So this is, my favorite color is red. So anytime I see red, I'm just kind of drawn to it because that's my color. And I thought this was pretty because it has all of these medallion designs on it. So there's like a lotus flower, some cherry blossoms. And the detail is, it's not showing up, but the gold is actually, it kind of shimmers a little. And then there's the band down at the bottom. And the top part is really kind of small. But again, fill in the bag. And I liked it because I figured it would go. That's, okay, so you're gonna hear me say this a lot. I like to go with things that can fit into a lot of different design styles because it kind of opens up the market a little bit more for people that are looking for things, and the different people that you can kind of target towards. So I try and find things that kind of fit into like a current style, or could be part of a collection. So that's kind of how I look for things. So I really liked these plates. They're just marked Japan, and then it has the name of the bird. So these are the goldfinch. And it's got the hanger on the back. But I'd probably replace these because I don't know how old they are, and I don't know if I would trust it. But it's there, and it does have the ability to hang up. So the goldfinch, there's quite a few. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 of the goldfinch. And then there's 3 of the warbler. And this is the same. And I'll probably just set them, so I'll sell them in sets of the birds. So I'll sell the finches. So I'll sell like the 4 in a set and then the 3 in a set. Because I think they'd probably go better if they were in a set. Okay, another big piece. And I don't know what's going to happen to this because it's one of those things that I really, really like. And if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that a lot of times things don't make it. Well, they don't make it onto eBay because they end up in my house and staying there because I love them and I can't let them go. And sometimes I'll use something for a while, or if I know that I'm going to be using it for a special event, I'll use that. And then after I've had it in circulation for a while, then I'll put it on eBay. This is a cake stand, and I thought it was absolutely stunning. And it's got the pedestal. So I might hang on to this for a little while. I don't know. I really like it, so we'll see. We'll figure out how it goes. Okay. There is one last thing. This I just grabbed as I was walking by because it was on the table with all of the china and the dishes and the little breakable things. And I was kind of surprised because I don't really know why it was with all this stuff. I don't know, maybe someone had it and decided they didn't want it and set it down. I don't really, this isn't my area of expertise, so I don't really know what specifically it is. I have some ideas, but I like it just the same. So it's a tassel, and it has a enamel emblem, and it's a butterfly with the lotus flower. I guess it could be used as a necklace. I guess it could be used as a tie back for curtains, or I don't know. It's very decorative. It's very pretty. That's that. It fit in the bag. That's a theme, huh? You're gonna hear that a lot. It fit in the bag, so it came home as I was running out the door because they were closing. So that is bag one. That is everything I got into one bag. And if it was a competition, I probably would have won a prize for getting enough stuff in the bag without it ripping. And then I will do the second bag in another video and show you everything I got in that bag. So all in all, I think I made out really, really well. Even just this bag alone, getting all of this stuff for $10, I really can't complain. That was pretty fantastic. So whenever I can find deals like that, I really get excited. And I just love estate sales anyways. So that was just an extra bonus. So thank you for hanging with me and seeing what I got at the estate sale. I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.